Hey everybody, this is Rev J with Rev J Rides. And here we are just before Black Friday. Are you looking forward to Black Friday? A lot of people are, and I'm not trying to make fun of you. I'm really not. My wife loves it, so I'm glad for her. It's not my thing, but I'm glad for her. Anyways, I was just wondering this year, with all the hard times that we've had financially in our United States of America, I was just wondering if Black Friday is going to be a little harder on some folks. For instance, maybe they're not able to spend quite as much this year as they did last year, or as much as they had hoped to, Or perhaps there's some that aren't going to be able to spend anything at all. And in either case, those can be hard times. I was just wondering, I don't want to point anybody out there, but if you're not worried about saying, hey, I'm one of those folks that's having a little harder time this year, that'd be great. I'm actually one of the ones having a harder time this year. Not that I'm unable to spend anything, but just not able to spend what I had hoped to. I'm under a little bit of a crunch this year. So my wife and I and my family and I are kind of doing things a little bit different. Used to, we would try to buy gifts for everybody in the family. Now we've decided pretty well to stick to buying gifts for the kids and doing other things like making memories together as a family rather than buying every single person a gift this year. That's not just because of me or my wife's income. It's also because some people in our family are having a harder time than we are, and we don't want to, burden them at all. So anyways, so if you would, if you'd like to share a little something, go ahead. Let me just say that this might be a great time for all of us as a nation and so on to consider making this more about Jesus this year than about gifts, which really it should be all about Jesus anyways. I know it's not his actual birthday, but we don't know when his actual birthday would have been. So we can celebrate his birthday on Christmas. There's nothing wrong with that. And if we just remember a time when God sent his son, that's the greatest gift of all. God loved us so much that he would not even withhold his own son from us. So that's pretty awesome. He came to this earth with one goal in mind: to pay our way out of the trouble we were in, to redeem us, to buy us out. We basically, when we sin, sell ourselves out to the unholy one, and we become slaves of his, or slaves to sin. But God provided a way for us to be bought back. Even somebody who sells their soul to the devil, so to speak, still has hope if they call on Jesus, because Jesus is more powerful than any other, including Satan. He has power over the unholy one.
So we might just be wise to make this Christmas more about Jesus than anything else, including gifts. Now, if you're a person who is a gift giver, like my wife, she really enjoys that. Boy, look at these buildings as we ride. Pretty cool stuff, huh? But like I'm saying, my wife loves to give gifts, and that's awesome, and different people have different gift-giving capacities, and that's okay, but a focus on Jesus could be healthy for everybody, especially in an economy like today. You know I like these buildings, don't you? Every time I come through here, I like to look around at these. To my left, to my right. They're all pretty cool. Took a lot of ingenuity. Took a lot of creativity. God has blessed a lot of people with some pretty awesome gifts and talents. You know, this year, I feel like these streets are a little less busy this time of year than they have been in years past. It just seems like in years past, this area was just packed at this time of the year. People already shopping, even before Black Friday. It just seems like it's less busy this year. Some very interesting buildings here. Look at that one, the shape of that. Kind of an oblong looking thing on an angle. You can see it now that the sun's behind it. I wonder if you lose space, usable space, with all those curves. It's one of the reasons why most buildings are built in a rectangular fashion, is because you can get the most use out of that space. So you'd have to be creative with this oblong looking thing over here. I think it's cool though, very cool. I don't do a ton of shopping in Nashville here. Probably most of my shopping is found like in Clarksville mainly. I stay close to home for shopping. There might be a couple of things that I have to pick up elsewhere. I do like this one Christian bookstore over here in Nashville. And as you know, there's a couple of Harley dealerships that I like over here. I've got one in my hometown there in Clarksville that I like a lot, just right there, so I'm fine just shopping there for the most part. But I have some friends over here. When I served as the Tennessee State Chaplain for Faith Riders, I would often check in with the different workers of the Harley dealerships just to see if I could pray for them. I've kind of stayed with that and kept on doing that, even though I'm not serving any longer as the state chaplain. But it developed a lot of relationships, and so I like to come over and check on them. It's possible I might shop over here a little bit, but I'm pretty settled there in Clarksville. Almost all of these buildings here have been built in the last 5 to 10 years. There's a lot of construction going on here in Nashville. You see this bridge coming up over here on my left? There it is, straight ahead. That's a unique sight here in Nashville. Pretty bridge, especially at night when they light it all up. So I'm heading over here to a Harley dealership to eat some lunch. And as I go, I want to be one of the first ones to wish you a Merry Christmas. Please hit like, share, and subscribe. God bless.